Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Siddhanatha Premananda Hari 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 Hari. Om. Hare Krishna. Okay. So today we are going to continue our reading on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1, text 24, I think, 24 onwards. But now already it's a quick revision of what we did. Now, of course, we saw the introduction to Bhagavad Gita and elaboration in an elaborate way. That is different. We'll keep it aside. And we have entered into the chapter 1 and we are getting into the scenario of looking into the war field, where initially Dhritarashtra in the palace is asking his secretary, Sanjaya, who is a disciple of Vyasadeva, and very affectionate to Vyasadeva also, and he's a wonderful devotee, Sanjaya. But he is working as an assistant to Dhritarashtra. So he is getting a vision, he is given a vision with Vyasadeva, so he is describing the war field, being questioned by Dhritarashtra. Then we further saw that how Duryodhana went into his master, spiritual master, and they call it spiritual master, but not spiritual, generally is guru. And then who taught him war tactics and everything. And he is talking about Drishtadyumna, who arranged the war, and other people on the other side of the army, then on his army. Then he compared Bhishma and Bhima. Then he said Bhishma is very powerful compared to Bhima, like he can protect us better. They are protected by Bhima, but we are protected by the greater warrior Bhishma. Unlimited power, and like that diplomatic speech, and he sees to that everybody is in a convenient mood to fight. So having said that, he has come, and then Bhishma started blowing the conch shell. There's no other person speaking, but here on the other side, the Arjuna, they start blowing the conch shell also on the other side. Krishna blew, and then simultaneously everybody started blowing here. And of course, this also shows like the numbers which Duryodhana was very proud of in one of the lectures Srila Prabhupada is telling. And then here the righteousness and Krishna is there, and and continuously they all blew. So this is shattering the heart of the Duryodhana and the party, because they are unrighteous. Because they were unrighteous, there was a shattering of their heart when the blowing of the conch shell from the other party. But when this side party, they blew the conch shell, there was no such mention of the heart getting shattered or something. They stayed normal on the Pandava side. So this is a symptom of righteousness. That's fearlessness. Is a symptom of righteousness. So then, okay, fine. Supreme Lord is there with them. That is the perfect righteousness. Righteousness is not based on the worldly laws. Worldly, they'll have law. In India, you have to keep left in the road when you drive. But in America, when you drive, you keep right. So, and the worldly law will change from person to person. And Vedas were given, even in the Vedas, the rules and regulations for human is different from the rules and regulations for demigods or asuras. So these niyamas will keep differing from person, character to group to group. So that we are not talking about. So here, this shattering of the heart is happening because they are fearful, because when God is there, Abhaya Charana Aravind, Prabhupada's name is Abhaya Charan, like his name was Abai, and his spiritual master gave him initiation name Abhay Charana Aravind. So, Charana Aravind. Aravind means lotus. Charana means lotus feet. Huh? Charana means the feet of the Supreme Lord is called Charana. Krishna's feet is called Charana. And Aravinda means lotus. So, the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, Charana Aravind. Abhay means no fear. Fearless. Anybody who takes shelter of the feet of Krishna will become fearless. So taking full shelter of the Krishna's lotus feet, then they became righteous. That's all. So then they are fearless, but the other side is fearful. That was mentioned. And then now Arjuna, he is asking Krishna to park the chariot between the armies. And Krishna is very nicely going to obey, and Arjuna is ordering it. So there, the Bhaktavatsala quality, and Achyuta also you saw, Achyuta. Ratam Stapayame Achyuta. Please position my chariot between the armies, so that I can see who has come to lay down their life. They are ready to even give up their life, willing to fight. So such kings are assembled. See, it's a family issue, means that it is not left on the family issue side. You can see that the world is divided into two, where so many other kings have come. It's just the righteous property which has to come. Righteous, not property, righteous position. It's not Vaishya to speak about property. It is about administration, administrative head. So you can see that how Krishna was very particular that the devotee should rule. The reason being, they can guide the people into the God consciousness. So it's essential for the ruler to be righteous, not in terms of not looting the people and being kind to the people and providing food, shelter, and everything. No, beyond all that, even animals are arranged for food and shelter. The king didn't arrange. Nature has arranged. Same way, there is an arrangement by the Supreme Lord for the food and shelter. The birds, they don't go to college, they don't study, they don't work, but they're getting food every day. So who has arranged that food? So there is an arrangement in nature for food for every living being. So the duty of the king is not just to see to that all the citizens are getting good food, good shelter, good pipeline, good road, and other things. So that is a part of the program, but that is a minimalistic program. But the overall idea is to take them in the whole society, the Krishna conscious liberation, the material bondage. People are suffering in this world only because of the material bondage. So even if the king is righteous, when a person is born with a bad karma, then he has to suffer in the kingdom. Then he cannot blame the king for that. So the king is supposed to establish the dharma of the age. Every age has a dharma. So the duty of a king is to establish the dharma among the people, so that the people in this human form of life is not wasted and it is taken advantage of, and they get liberated. This is the duty. So only when there is a devotee king, there is a possibility. When there is a non-devotee king, he will keep engaging the citizens in sense gratification. And gradually, the envious souls which are fallen into this world may appreciate it also. Oh, he's a very good king. He is providing very nice facility for us to enjoy the world. So he's a very good king because he is giving you food and shelter. Just because somebody is giving food and shelter doesn't mean that their guidance is good. There is some arrangement for food and shelter. Everybody has to manage that. So that has nothing to do with the Krishna consciousness. So the food should be prasadam, that is Krishna consciousness. For that, there must be a guide. Everybody is eating. So this is the main aspect, like why this war has been into place. At first place, the war is by the will of Krishna. So there are many arguments which happens, like how war is bad. Generally speaking, in the world, people say that the war is bad. And peace is good. Yeah, of course, true. If people fight for property or position, such war is really bad. People fight, my God is better, your God is better on religion. That is bad. It is certainly true. But when Supreme Lord wills, and that is always good. Why does he will so? So many people question, why did Krishna encourage war? Arjuna was not ready to fight. He is a good person. So let us see the argument of Arjuna. We want to actually see what Arjuna conveyed. And I want you to give your opinion on this before we move forward. Okay. So for that, today, we are not going to read the purports at all. We are just going to read only the translations. Okay. Till the end of the chapter, quickly, one by one. So, all of you take turns nicely, or I'll tell you who will read, but everybody should listen. That's very, very important. Everybody should listen attentively. What is exactly Arjuna speaking, seeing the warfield? Okay. So let us all read it and let's bring back our opinion of a general common person, of a common public, what we will think about it. So generally, when we take Bhagavad Gita classes, it's a normal common person. It's not in base of Krishna's or anything. Simple people who are attending our class will naturally ask this question, and their thought process is similar to Arjuna's. So we can see that how we are going in conjunction with Arjuna. And let us see what is the speciality, what is the further chapters is going to reveal to us. That will be understood by that process. So today we will spend our time in reading only the translation portion. Then this is not a good practice. Okay, don't make it a practice. We have to have Srila Prabhupada's purports. It's mandatory. But for today's exercise, we will first read only the translation. So I'm sharing this translation portion with you. And we'll start reading one by one. Peacefully, patiently read whoever is reading and read it loudly. And if you have an earphone, better wear that. Okay. Where is it here? Okay. So let's start here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. So from text 21 onwards, we are going to read till the end of the chapter, one by one. Okay, all of you attentively hear it so that you can bring forth the discussion. Okay, let's start.
Text 21 to 22, Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms.
Text 23. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra.
Text 24. Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties.
Text 25. In the presence of Bhishma, Drona, and all other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold, Partha, all the Kurus assembled here.
These Arjuna could see, within the midst of the armies of both parties, his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and all also his fathers in law and well wishers.
When the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus.
Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up.
Text 29. My whole body is trembling. My hair is standing on end. My bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand, and my skin is burning.
Text 30. I'm now unable to stand here any longer. I'm forgetting myself, and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune. O Krishna, killer of the Keshi demon.
Text
Text
31. I do not see how any good can come from killing my own king's men in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness.
Text 32 to 35. O Govinda, of what avail to us are our kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight them with them, even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra?
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen?
O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin?
With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in religion.
Text 40. When irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Vrishni, comes unwanted progeny.
Text 41. An increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped.
Text 42. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated.
O Krishna, the maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family traditions are destroyed dwell always in hell.
Text 44. Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts, driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness. We are intent on killing our own kinsmen.
Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me, unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield.
Text 46. Sanjay said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief.
Thank you very much. So all of you understood what is going on here. So what do you think that Arjuna's mood, if you have been in that position, so what will be your decision? Yes or no? You will be similar to Arjuna? Yes. You will think otherwise, then say no in the chat box. Arjuna's whatever point he put forth. So first, of course, he has some feelings and all that. He is seeing all his relatives, everybody. After seeing the relatives, this is what is happening. See, he's asking Krishna to park the chariot in the midst of the army. And then he's expressing his feeling. He is seeing only his relatives, everybody. No enemy. Grandfathers, Bhishma and all very dear to him. And Dronacharya, Kripacharya, uncles, brothers, all cousin brothers. And cousin brothers, their children. Even Duryodhana's children and all were there. They are young boys. They are also there. So seeing grades of friends, seeing different grades of friends and relatives, he became very compassionate and he's speaking, why should I do this? And my mouth is drying up. Why so many people have to die? When they die, what will happen? The family will get distorted. Then the women and children will become lonely. So they will take other path like this. And when majority of the kings are killed, then the very difficult for ruling the kingdom and all that, and especially for forefathers, nobody will be there to do the last rites in the. I mean, they say no every year annual whatever oblation to the ancestors. So and also he's telling the sin will come. What is the gain is there? Our own relative, what is the gain we get? So their heart is overtaken by greed. So how many of you feel that one need not fight and get the anything? Is it essential for one to fight and get it? Given righteously, it is ours. Is it essential? So that is the question. Righteously, it is Panchapandavas, according to the law. But because when Pandu went for a temporary duration to the forest for some tapasya and with family and all, that time Dhritarashtra was kept as a temporary person with the guidance of Bhishma, the grandfather, and the minister who is Vidura. They are very expert. So under their guidance, the blind man was positioned, but after that, he never left the seat. Even after the Mahabharata war, Dhritarashtra continued to be the king. Yudhishthira didn't get coronated. You know that? Then later, he left to the forest actually. Like that. Anyway, so how many of you have typed yes, yes? Divesh says yes. Ayan Mandal, yes. Preeti Priyanka, yes. Most of us will say that why to fight unnecessarily? Let them have how many people have to die. So many people have to die or what? Let them have it. Very good, no? Only one, Sailesh alone is saying no. So it's normal to be compassionate, normal to just give it up. This is normal. Everybody, anybody else? No? No. Others who are keeping quiet, what does that mean? I think I have to put a poll, then only people will answer. Others? Okay. Making poll. How can I make it? Just a second, I'm just trying with something. Okay. Look at this. You have got a poll, just answer it. Silesh also did that. What? No. Hey, what about others here? There's a poll on your screen. Kindly answer. Two people, 2 out of 12. 2 out of 13. Okay, very good. So 13, all answered. Okay. So here the poll says that 11 of you have told yes, 85%, and 2 people have said no. So you're not aligned with Arjuna's idea. So those who said no, why did you say no? Can give some idea? Why you are not in favor with the Arjuna ideas? It's a look genuine. Yeah, tell me.
Mataji, as Arjuna was Kshatriya, it was his dharma to fight for war. He
Okay.
can't back off from a war as his dharma was to fight as he was a Kshatriya. And
Okay.
it was ordered by Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna.
No, he
So,
didn't order at that time. Arjuna was, Krishna didn't order now.
okay. So, as the first reason I told Mataji, as
So
his
he's a
dharma was
Kshatriya, is supposed to fight. Good. Okay.
yes, Mataji.
Anybody else? Another person has put no. So you have any reason? No.
Mataji, like I would know, so with the intention that to leave from the battlefield is like just rather to
Not decent.
lose. Being on the battlefield is better any day.
Yeah, they say no, the one should not show the back to the enemy and run away. Like cowardliness. So, is that okay, Disha?
Yes, Mataji.
So he should not be cowardly, he should be brave to face.
Yeah, and they took it to battle. It was a very long discussion and all that. Then it went to battle, not like
Good.
instantaneous
Okay.
decision. So
Very nice. So she's coming with the thing that they have done enough injustice, and it's at last option they have come into the war. Okay, that is her point. Good. Okay, what about others? Why do you think? Both their point is very valid. That one is he's a Kshatriya, he should face the war, he should fight it according to his dharma. And Disha says that it has been enough injustice on them and they have been, there's a long discussion and they tried for a peace and everything. Forcefully, they are put into the situation. So anyway, this is the last option. So they have to enter into it and go ahead. Okay, that's what she's saying. Okay, anybody else? Why did you say yes, others? One by one we can.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
The fight is between the two, like, brother sides,
Okay.
and the whole world is fighting.
Okay.
So, like, it can, I mean, like, this fight can happen in between the brothers only.
Okay. So that is fine. But Arjuna is not mostly talking about the worldly kings. He is seeing only his relatives there. He's more concerned. If you see the text, if you have listened to the text properly, he is seeing Mata, father, grandfathers. Why father is all uncles are also called fathers. Fathers, grandfather, and teacher, and his relatives only mostly he is seeing and feeling compassion. He's not too much. Of course, he's talking something about the society if the men dies. Okay, very good. Okay, so one thing from Jivesh, the point comes is it is a personal issue why it has come into public. So that is his point. Okay, anybody else?
Yes, Mataji. So already Jewish Prabhu had covered the personal thing that while scanning the battlefield, Arjuna felt the distress why I should fight with my father, grandfather, teachers. Second, he was also he also felt that what is the use of that kingdom which they don't have this kind of people. So he was baffled, and I think at that position of at his place, I think he was right at that time while thinking that kind of stuff.
Okay, good. So, yeah, Jivesh has given that point, that personal issue, but Om Govindarai Prabhu is adding that why, why should we enjoy? Why should we get it from our relatives, snatch it away and enjoy? Is that correct?
Yeah, means what is the
Okay.
use of that kingdom?
Yeah, what is the use of kingdom if relatives are all dead?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Add on. Anybody? Add.
Mataji, even though the Kauravas has done so many injustice to the Pandavas. Pandavas are very good person. They are very transcendental and devotee. They have that emotional attachment. So why not Lord Krishna punish them? Why is it through Arjuna asking to fight? Krishna has done law. I mean, he has protected his devotees, killed many demons. Why not he punish them or kill them directly instead of Arjuna?
Very nice. Very nice. Excellent. Yes. So Jayalakshmi is coming with the concept that Krishna is Supreme Lord. He can protect his devotees by doing it himself, by finishing all the bad people. And they are devotees and they are very soft at heart. And why they have to be put into this tough exercise? Very nice. So that's a good question also, that we will keep, Prabhupada also answers this question. And as we go through in Bhagavad Gita, we'll really understand what it is. Okay. We'll come, I'll answer this question also before we wind up this, because a very prominent, wonderful question. And that is also the attitude of Arjuna. Why can't you kill? Why are you making me kill? He is directly asking this question also in one of the chapter. Okay. Why are you engaging me in the ghastly warfare? Like that. Okay. Anybody else?
Hi,
So
Shama.
there,
Sorry, please go ahead.
Yes, Navneet.
Mataji, here opposite to Arjuna, I mean, though all his relatives are there, all of them are not bad, except for the Kauravas who are not ready to give him anything, like give to Pandava anything, right? So, but whoever is supporting Kauravas, including Bhishma, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, most of them are uh,
Good people.
very good people. For whatever reasons, they had to stand along with Kauravas. So this is kind of hurting. I mean, there's a big dilemma of why should I kill somebody who's not responsible for whatever has happened. And second is again the bad progeny that kind of builds up, right? Which would be a really sinful situation where there is a wrong um, generation that is kind of built, as Arjuna is trying to point out. These were two things.
Very good. You brought up some important points. First is those people, you think they are not related. Actually, the Mahabharata, if you go through, we'll see that everybody is bound with each other. And when Draupadi was disrobed, Bhishma and Drona kept quiet. That is the pointed out by Prabhupada in the earlier purports. That Arjuna, this Duryodhana is very happy that when such a big injustice was happening and these people kept quiet. So here also they'll keep quiet and fight for me, like that. So there are one is law, another is like the first Sailesh said that according to the law, as a Kshatriya, he has to fight. And there is one gut feeling inside us. Sometime law will say something, and a gut feeling inside us will say that no, don't do this. This seems to be not good or not right. There is a feeling. So that there is a competition here going on. So that Vidura, that gut feeling came out of him, and he just left the palace when the war was arranged. Then Dhritarashtra, this Duryodhana, Vidura was the minister, very very intelligent and one of the brothers. Okay, he is also Vyasadev's son. So but he was born to a Shudrani, I mean servant maid, but from Vyasadev only. So he is very intelligent. So he was kept as a minister. So he advised not to have the war. To the Dhritarashtra he was speaking. That time, the evil son of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, this comes in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam it comes, the first canto. The Srimad Bhagavatam continues with the end of Mahabharata. So where Bhagavad Gita ends, Bhagavatam starts. And when Bhagavatam ends, then Chaitanya Charitamrita starts. So these are all connected with each other. So there, the Vidura he'll throw the bow and arrows and whatever weapons He'll just give up his post and he'll just leave the palace and go to pilgrimage. He'll say that I won't participate in this walk. Because the Duryodhana will come and he'll speak so many ill words. And suddenly Vidura will take, I won't, till now I gave support, according to law, according to law, according to law, according to law. But they will break all the laws. But when a righteous person comes, they say law, like that. So like that, he was breaking. So one point which you said was, which is not mentioned here, like why good people has to die, like that. Why unrelated people has to die. But the second one is mentioned here, like why the society has to get society. When the men are dead, the women will go into wrong ideas and they won't have protection. And they have to have some situation in which they position themselves. So the children, everybody will get polluted. So this is one concern, social concern. So that is raised by Arjuna. Same thing is also your concern. Good. Okay, Preeti Rupini.
Yeah, hi Krishna ma'am. I was also having the same what Jayalakshmi Mataji told. Like before war, there were so many difficulties faced by Pandavas, and Krishna was there and he was helping them always. So, why was this war needed? Like, forgot like Krishna can also do it in a minute, in a second. So, he took like Arjuna. So
Very
that
good.
was.
Very good. But you said that he was helping them. You both are saying, but they stayed in forest for a very long time. You know that they struggled in the forest. Life is very troublesome. No rice, dal, sabji, no market. Just you stay in the middle of the forest where there are animals and everything living, and then they have to. There is no developed society. Just imagine, even if you're going into a place where there is no internet, you're getting disturbed. And if there is no facility of a developed society, living in the forest is living in the undeveloped area, which is meant for animals. So it's very, very difficult for a human to even survive everyday life. So first of all, he snatched away of all his duties, either as a Kshatriya, he cannot do business, he's not doing any work, no job, full time in the forest. And the only purpose of living will be to hunt for some food. Like animals, they live for only one existence. That is, they look for food and they eat and they sleep. And it's like, it's worse than putting in a jail. Jail, at least you will have some company of people. So here there is no company of people also, nothing. No association with the people in the world. So living in the forest, we have not experienced. It is just, so that time Krishna didn't help them. He just came and stayed. You said Krishna saved them from many, many calamity, but not publicly, not publicly. He saved like Draupadi when she was disrobed. The sari was getting supplied and supplied and supplied, and they thought it's a kind of magic or something. But they never saw Krishna coming in and he's producing the sari from his hand like they show in the movies. Not like that. The Chasana was pulling and 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 pulling, and it was coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And they didn't know how it is happening. Some people, some devotees, they came to know, they understood it's Krishna because she chanted Krishna's name and raised her hand. First, she was first going to the her husband's, and she said, like, how can you put me, like, when she asked a question, did you get defeated first, or you put me first and I was defeated, I was made a slave first. They said, first we gave ourselves only. We gave ourselves, after we lost everything, then one by one, that Yudhishthira will keep the brothers. He'll say that I lost everything, let us finish the game. You have taken everything. No, you have brothers, no, you play. One by one, brothers were kept. And then all the brothers were kept, and he kept himself also, Yudhishthira. After keeping himself as a slave, then he says that now I am also slave. All 5 of us have become a slave. Now we will leave. I will live as a slave, no problem. What to do? So that itself was a very pathetic situation. And then Duryodhana said that, no, you have your wife, no, you keep. So then it is not that he was attached to gambling match. According to the law, like Sailesh said, according to the Kshatriya law, everybody is playing with the law. Okay, according to the Kshatriya law, if a king is invited for war, he should not refuse. It's mandatory to accept. Same way, if a king is invited for gambling, he has to play in a particular festival or function. Actually, they created that festival purposely. Already Sakuni and they planned that we will mainly defeat them in gambling and will take everything, because Bhishma was very righteous and he gave half of the kingdom. So they went into a useless kingdom, useless place in the place which was given to them. And what they did is they made it into an excellent city, Indraprastha. And that Indraprasthas and this Ashwamedha Yajna and this various, what is that? Not Rajasuya Yajna was performed by whenever a new kingdom is established, like new temple when we do Udghatan, when we have new house, we do Graha Pravesh. In this way, whenever a new kingdom is getting established, they do this Yajna. It's mandatory. So all the kings has to be called. So such like that, when Duryodhana and everybody was called, Duryodhana became so envious. I gave them a useless chunk. The entire kingdom's most useless part was given to them. But they took the help of Indra, and Agni also helped, and so many the Agnis was offered with the this what is that forest was given. Like this, so many nice things were done, and then they were all very pleased. And of course, these 5 children are from demigods. They got some blessings, and very nicely that city was set up. There was Ashura called Maya Ashura. So he was very friendly with Panchapandavas. So he created that wonderful palace for them. They had very good nature. Because of that, they had good friends. So then Duryodhana was not able to withstand it, and he was burning inside. Why they should take that kingdom? We should snatch away that also. So when they came back, then Sakuni said that I have an idea. We'll invite them for that particular function. So according to the Kshatriya law, they know the law very well. So they play with the law. Like politics we are saying. Politics is nothing but looking at the loopholes in the law and playing along that loophole side. Rather than righteously sticking to the welfare of the people, it is manipulating the law according to one's own nature. Like for favor. Favoring the people whom we like, favoring, not just playing by the law. Okay, let us set up the law. So when the souls become envious of Krishna, there can never be any righteousness. So all the souls envious of Krishna are fallen into this material world, and they are creating some law. Of course, this Veda is given by Krishna, and Kshatriya laws are given by Krishna only to Brahma, and then further. But still, the loopholes can be found out. So smart the envious spirit souls are. So they find out the loopholes in that and play along that side. So this Sakuni is very smart in that. So he told like there is a particular law in which if they are invited for a particular function, a king can never refuse gambling in that function. So let us organize the function innocently. And when they come there and when the function is about to finish, the last moment they were just called for this gambling match quickly. So Yudhishthira is not supposed to, because he has already become Raja. Earlier means he can just leave. Sorry, I don't want to do gambling. Many people, so many wrong concepts are there that because of the gambling attitude which Yudhishthira was addicted to, he got everybody into trouble. This is a very, very wrong concept. This I see some videos or people ask me also that how Yudhishthira. I've taken many classes and people bring so many questions like that from Mahabharata. How he was addicted. He was not addicted. He was not addicted. He was a very righteous person. Krishna wanted him to be the king. You think it's a joke? So the people say that they made mistakes. So there's zero mistake from Panchapandava side. Zero mistake. Zero mistake. Both based on law as well as based on devotion, as well as based on righteousness. There is zero fault. No fault. They could have taken this decision. They could have taken that decision. They could have stayed back. They should have tolerated. They should have forgiven. Or how this Yudhishthira was so much addicted to gambling, shamelessly he kept his wife. No, this is arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and a living entity who surrendered to Krishna will be put into any situation. Take the example of Devaki. And Devaki was put into such a situation. You see that, is it possible for anyone to tolerate this? See their devotion, the deepness of devotion to Supreme Lord and dedication to the Supreme Lord. They're so much away from bodily concept, as well as affection to any other relatives other than Krishna. See, first stands Krishna in affection. That's it. Full stop. Every other relationship is temporary only. How much ever you value it in this life, that is your foolishness. This is guaranteed. So Devaki, she had a baby and Kamsa would kill. And the Asariri said that the Supreme Lord will appear as the 8th child of Devaki. Will any mother will go ahead with the pregnancy if she knows that as soon as the child is born, immediately it is going to get killed? Putra Soka. Putra Soka is considered to be the greatest of pain, is losing a child for parents. The child they begot, the child dies. And she cried and cried like hell when on the first child's death. In front of her eyes, he killed, took the baby by the legs and threw it on the wall and killed the baby. So mother will never go into another pregnancy. She'll never have. She's crying. Her heart is breaking. But she went ahead with pregnancy after pregnancy after pregnancy till 8 pregnancy. This is devotee. It's another class, another level. We can't see them as one of the materialistic people. Their ideas, their concepts will not suit the devotees at all. They are another standard. So same way, undergoing difficulty is the part of the program, and she went through. There was no magical. There was looking like a magical feat that she asked her husbands. Then she asked king. They are slaves. They were not able to speak anything. They wanted to stop it, and then she asked the king. Then the king was not ready. She asked, "You are my grandfather, also my husband's father, her father-in-law. Also, you are a king. You are supposed to protect my respect." Then he was also very brutal, very third-class people, and then he was not ready. Whatever his son says is okay for him, the king. So she asked Bhishma. Then he was not, he kept quiet. According to the law, he kept quiet. He has to be submissive to the king. And then everybody, every single person, including Dronacharya. So he said, Navneet was mentioning like why unnecessary people are getting involved. They are involved. They're involved. But when nobody was saved, then what she did is, when Dushasana started disrobing her, she held her cloth by her hand. And Dushasana is a very trained Kshatriya, very powerful, nicely trained. Dronacharya student, not ordinary. They are very, very powerful they are. And she's a simple lady. How she can hold by her hand? She understood she's incapable by bodily strength to face this. So she lifted both the hands. Okay, take it off. I surrender unto you, my dear Supreme Lord. I raise my hand. I give myself unto you. It's up to you, Govinda. Whatever you want to do to me, you do. Immediately she surrendered. That very moment, she said, nobody is there to save me. Even my own hand will not save me. Except you, there is nobody for me. And she lifted both her hands. And it was in complete surrender. Just the holy name. Just one holy name. We are chanting every day 16 rounds. Prabhupada has kept it hidden, the power of this holy name. So just by lifting both the hands, then Krishna, okay, then he played the role. Those people thought that either Krishna made a magic, he's a magician, he learned some magic tricks, and then he's playing. Like that, only the opposite party thought. But only devotees know that it is Krishna. Some people thought that Draupadi came from fire, so she had special powers to generate sari, to protect herself. No, very clearly Vyasadeva is mentioning. It's Krishna only supplied them. Everywhere, all the Shastras, everywhere, very clear mention is there. Krishna only helped. But that was very indirect. So Krishna was not helping. They were in the forest. And openly speaking, they felt Krishna to be an ordinary. Avajananti mamuda mamishim tanumashrita. Duryodhana, everybody thought Krishna is simply an ordinary person. Even when Krishna, if he openly protected, then Duryodhana will say, I want Krishna, you stay in my side. And along with Bhishma and Drona, you also become my side and do all unrighteous things to me according to this rule and that, like that he will capture. So Krishna was quietly not showing any of his greatness or opulence. And moreover, the devotees will never expect Krishna to be their servant. Always they want to be servant of Krishna. Devotees are servants of Krishna. Krishna is not devotee servant. Providing and protecting is naturally he is doing. It's not on demand. You need not demand, like a baby. When the baby is there, does the baby tell the mother, the child is 5 or 6 years old, Ma, take care, Papa, take care, my fees you keep ready. Is my fees ready? Please keep it ready to my school. And mother, is the tomorrow's food, every vegetable you bought, is my tomorrow's food is confirmed? Like that, does the baby ensure the providing and protection from the parents every day? It is natural for the parents to provide and protect out of affection. It's not on demand. So it's not required for a devotee to demand to Krishna. It is done naturally by Krishna out of his affection, Bhaktavatsala. He need not be reminded of his duty as provider and protector. So second is, if Krishna is desiring something, it's essential for a devotee to provide it as an affectionate person. We also have to give in exchange. He's providing and protecting naturally. We are supposed to give in exchange, right? So coming to Preeti Priyanka's and Jayalakshmi's question, that why not Krishna do it by himself? So Krishna, we are supposed to do something for Krishna also. So the devotee Krishna is expecting now the devotee to do something for him. And it looks like they are doing for themselves. It looks externally like that. But it's Krishna's plan that a proper king has to be established in the throne. So Krishna decides who will be the ruler, even though temporarily some unqualified person may sit. Temporarily, very temporarily. But certainly Krishna will see to that the devotees only rule, because they will establish the dharma in the society for the liberation of the people in general, for the welfare of the people in general. So when a devotee is there, then he will establish the devotional law. So this will anyway happen. So that is the scenario. Answering their question. Okay, anybody else? Others? Why did you say yes? Anybody else? I hope that answered your question, both of your questions. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, anyone else? But this looks very good, no? Very, very nice person it looks like, no? Arjuna seems to be a good boy. That is saying, why should we fight? Why should we dig? First, society will come into irreligion and all that is a Kshatriya thought process. Okay, fine. Leave the Kshatriya thought process. Otherwise, he seems to be a good person. That Kimno Rajyena Govinda Kim Bhoge Jivitena Va. What is the use? See, look here, this big one. It was very good. This one. Oh, Govinda. What avail to us are the kingdom? Arjuna is greedy. He's greedy, let him take it. No. Sometimes we just give it up. Our brothers and sisters will be there at home. Ma, I want that, I want that. Okay. He'll say that, okay, let him have it. I don't want to fight. Let him have it. Very casual for a broad-minded person to do this. It looks very natural. Happiness or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed in the battlefield. Generally, people want property and everything for relatives, to enjoy with the relatives. But all the relatives are going to die. They are all standing in the war field. And one will left alone with the property without relatives. What will I do? Why should I wish to kill them? Even they want to kill me. I don't want to kill them. See this? This is many common public will ask this question. How Arjuna is a good person? How Krishna is a bad man? I have faced these questions. in my classes, when I take in public especially, that why should Krishna do this? Same mentality. So this is very perfect for a conditioned soul to think like this. And in a status of a conditioned soul, this scenario is very correct. A good person will do like this. A good person will speak like this. But what actually each of these things mean will be known only when an acharya explains it. So you have to understand the importance of Srila Prabhupada's purport. If you can read only the translation, we'll all become bewildered and think wrong to be right and right to be wrong. We tend to get four mistakes, committing mistakes, illusioned, cheating propensity. These are all the qualities which we have as conditioned souls. So when we directly approach a scripture without the purport, if I'm reading only the translation, and it looks very good for me. For me, as a simple person, as a normal, one of the person in the society, when I read it, I feel Arjuna's feelings are very genuine. Most of you said 85% said yes. Others said Kshatriya something, but nowadays no Kshatriyism is there. Nowadays no Kshatriya is there. Then what the reason will you give if you want to fight and get your relatives' property or something? You're not supposed to fight actually. To be frank, to be open. So Krishna had another plan. It is Krishna's plan which we are working, not for ourselves. Give me that, give me this. No, that is not a devotee's quality. For themselves to hold the position as a king. No. So we will see what the other 17th chapter are doing. Now 18 chapters are there. We are in the beginning. Krishna has not opened his mouth. So it's all dilemma of Arjuna or confusion of Arjuna. This chapter is not a lesson for us to take, because these are all Arjuna's confused words. We will come to know in second chapter in the beginning how Arjuna was so confused. So a person in confusion will talk like this. So we require Srila Prabhupada's purport to really understand what exactly is going on here. What is Krishna's desire? Why he wants, and how the Arjuna's feelings are refuted. Prabhupada refutes Arjuna's feelings. No, not the way one has to think. We'll see that. We'll see. Not in every place we go and fight, but when Krishna wants it, we'll do it. So it's very essential for us to know that it's not. The scenario is very special for us to understand. Okay. Thank you very much. Anybody else want to add up some point to this? If I have not listened to somebody who wanted to tell, kindly open up. Why did you say yes? Sakshi, you have anything? No, Sakshi has slept. Srikanth? Or Sakshi maybe.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I said yes because the thing is that like there's so much violence which can be avoided. That's an
Okay.
reason why I
Not able to hear you
if,
fully. Violence can be avoided. So
even
much
like
violence.
relatives, why there should be like so much bloodshed should be there.
Very good. Good. Why should we have so much
Otherwise,
bloodshed? Why so many
most of
people
the
have to
reason
die?
like everyone is told Mataji.
Yes. Very genuine thinking. We all think like this. Because we all are in the position of Arjuna. Now let us see what exactly Bhagavad Gita is to offer to us, which we generally doesn't know. We all generally doesn't know certain things. Even what people who said no, like Sailesh Prabhu and other, who is the other person? Om Govindaraja.
Mataji.
Jayalakshmi. Jayalakshmi. So they said no, but still they felt that, okay, the war should be avoided. So everybody had the feeling. So he said Kshatriya and all, Shailesh alone. But beyond that, generally one feels that why a war is generally bad. Actually, in today's aspect also, war is bad. Nobody should fight for things. I want it and you want it. Everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. I want it, you want it, fight. That is to be avoided. Okay, this is very genuine. So let us see. Tomorrow we'll read the purports and we'll find out what Prabhupada has to say related to this, and we'll try to understand. Okay, so somebody, Sakshi, has given, she's meeting parallelly. She said yes, because from an ideal perspective, with no knowledge of body and soul, killing is bad. So why to fight for property? Very good. So already you have read Bhagavad Gita, so a little bit you will be, but that is, soul and body is not the concept Prabhupada is Krishna is bringing to fight, bringing other concepts also. So he's not bringing just the, okay, you're not the body, you're spirit, soul, so you kill them. They'll get another body anyway, no problem. But more than that, that is only second chapter. What about the rest 16 chapter? The second chapter is the Sankhya Yoga. So what about this other 16 chapter? What is being told there? So let us go get into this gradually. So let us first listen from Prabhupada what he has to say, what is his feelings and how he is expressing this. Okay, thank you very much. See you tomorrow with Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We'll know the glory of Srila Prabhupada's purports gradually. So it is not very advisable. We will learn tomorrow how it is very important to read Srila Prabhupada's book. Some people, they see Srimad Bhagavatam and they see that so many slokas are there. So what they decide is, okay, I'll read only the translation and get to know what is there in Bhagavatam. And then purports are very big. So no, it's better to read 1 or 2 cantos with purports rather than reading the entire Bhagavatam without purport. It's not advisable at all. So better to read with purports. One time if you have read with purport, then after that if you go and read only the slokas, if you didn't catch the thread of it, that is different. But you should listen from Srila Prabhupada first. So acharyas can bring a clear vision. Whereas we are conditioned with 4 mistakes. That's what we see in Ishopanishad, that we cannot approach the Shastra all by ourselves. So all will be mistake. We cannot understand and will wrongly understand everything. What is the use of knowing? I know, but you have understood everything wrong, only by translations. So it's always important to read the purports. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions or comments? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Santush Nitai Prabhu, if I had missed anybody, please forgive me, because there was very important questions which came from both Preeti and Jayalakshmi. So I thought I need to address it. But thinking yes is a very genuine option, because we all think like that. Thank you very much. That we are in line with Arjuna, so we are ready to receive Bhagavad Gita. So offering obeisances, Vaishnava Pranam, वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यः एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hari Hari Bol.